Hello, everybody. How are you? How is your summer holidays? Summer holiday? Can you type in the chat box what are you doing during summer holidays? And what are your plans for this long weekend? I will be grateful to read your some of the okay. This week you have learned modal verbs and especially the modal verbs of deduction and some animal and some kinds of names of the animals and animal idioms. But I wanted to tell you about the quiz or quiz time and the possibility to win some prize. To win this prize, you had this riddle. Yeah, you had this small riddle. George's father has 5 sons. You can see the names of 4 of them. Gaga, Gigi, Jojo. What is the name of the 5th son? Yeah. So you have to keep this answer. You have to keep this answer till the end of the webinar. And at the end of the webinar, you are going to write the answer. I will get back to this picture. And you will write the answer to the question. And the first one to type in the chat box will win the prize from me. Okay? So the first one to win the prize will win the have the answer will win the prize. Okay, so be very attentive. I will get back to this picture at the end of the webinar, so you can have some pleasant surprise from me. Only for those who are very attentive. Okay, good. So we are going to look at the models of deduction that you have learned this week. So this week, what's that? Deduction. Deduction is the process of reaching a decision or answer by thinking about the known fact or the decision that is reached. Well-known Sherlock Holmes, we know everybody knows about Sherlock Holmes, used this method to find out the criminals. So deduction is like going backwards. Yeah, you backward thinking. So you have the result and you have to think what happened at the beginning. So you go backwards a little bit. So this is a deduction. You see the result and you deduce or you speculate what has happened and what has caused the result of something that you can see now. That's why we some of us use this method in everyday life for making conclusion in our native language. We use deduction in English as well. There is a list of modal verbs that are called models of deduction, and they are going to be discussed today in this webinar. As you know, why modals? As you know, modals have special meaning. Have special meaning inside of them. They already have something inside, so you don't need to repeat or you don't need to write the whole sentence to express your attitude to some process or to some words, to some process or to some phenomenon. Models already have some meaning inside. We have a lot of them: ability, today deduction, obligation, possibility, probability. And today we are going to focus in details on the models of deduction. So if we speak about present models, we use models of deduction to say how sure we are about something. In present models of deduction are must, might, may, could, and can't. Yeah, must, may, might, could, and can't. Be very attentive, because deduction has a very models of deduction have a very special feature about them. These are must and can't. Must is a positive deduction when you are 100% sure in something. Can't is the opposite to must. It doesn't mean that you can't do something, so you are not able to do something. Can't is a special feature of models of deduction. If you see can't, that's a model of deduction when it's used somewhere with must. So, for example, we use must. Let's start. We use must when we feel sure that something is true because there is a very strong evidence. We use must. Oh, okay, yeah. For example, he must live near here because he comes to work on foot. We don't know where he lives, but we are sure it's not far away because he comes to work on foot. You are a computer programmer. It must be well-paid job. Yeah, we are not 100% it must be well-paid job. Yeah, we don't know how much, but we know for sure that it's well-paid. Or, for example, he must be at home. The lights are on. So you clearly can see the lights, and that the light is switched on. So you are 100% sure that Mike must be at home. Look, he wears a white coat. He must be a doctor. He must be a doctor, yeah? He wears a white coat. Who wears a white coat? Doctors, yeah? He must be a doctor. Pay attention, please, to the pronunciation of must. Have a look. Mike must be at home. Must be at home. He must be a doctor. Must be a doctor. Yeah, we don't pronounce T. We don't pronounce T with must if there is a verb after must. So let's practice together. Mike must be at home. Must be at home. Mike must be at home. Mike must be a doctor. It must be a well-paid job. It must be a well-paid job. It must be a well-paid job. So we don't pronounce T in this case. When I told you about the opposite to must, it will be can't. So it means that we use can't or couldn't sometimes when we assume that something is not true. She can't be a mother. She's only 14. He can't be in prison. I saw him yesterday in a pub. They couldn't be in a library. It's closed today. So we use can't as an opposite to must. And that's it. And that's a very bright peculiarity of modal verbs of deduction. Mike can't be at home. He is on holiday now. Mike can't be at home. He's on holiday now. He can't be in prison. I saw him yesterday. She can't be a mother. She's only 14. Pay attention to the pronunciation of can't. She can't be at home. So also, as in must, we don't pronounce T. Let's repeat together. Mike can't be at home. Mike can't be at home. Yeah, can't be at home. He can't be a doctor. Okay, cool. We use might, may, or could to say that we think something is possible, but we are not sure 100%. Yeah, Mike may be at home. Mike might be at home. And Mike could be at home. For example, what do you know about him? He might be a reserved person. So probably reserved people don't speak with anybody and don't tell a lot about themselves. So I don't know a lot about him. That's why I say, what do you know about him? He might be a reserved person. He might be a reserved person. They may be late on meeting. They are not like here. And you say they may be late on meeting. And don't eat it. It could be poisoned. It could be poisoned. Don't eat it. Maybe, yeah, and probably it could be poisoned. So you look at this food and something raises your suspicion, and you say it could be poisoned. It might be poisoned. If we speak about these three modal verbs, actually the difference between them is not so big. And there is actually no difference between them if we speak about modal verbs of deduction. You are 50% sure in something, 50-50, maybe, yeah, perhaps. Also pay attention to the T and D in might and could. Let's have a look. Mike might be at home. Mike might be at home. I don't pronounce T. Let's repeat together. Mike might be at home, might be at home. And Mike could be at home, could be at home, could be at home. So we pronounce B, but not T. Or not D, yeah? We pronounce the letter that our verb starts with, yeah? It could be him. He could be at home. Yeah, he could be at home. Okay, good. Also, we have our modal verbs of deduction in present. We have them in past. They are a little bit different from the modal verbs in the present. Let's have a look together at some of them. The structure of modals in the past is different, but the meaning is quite similar. Just it means that we talk about the past. For example, must have been. Must transforms into must have been. For example, we are sure that something happened in the past. Yeah, the same. The meaning is the same, but the structure is different. Where is my wallet? Someone must have stolen it. You are soaked wet. It must have been raining outside. You must have been wet. You are soaked wet. It must have been raining outside. So you are sure in that because you can see the evidence that somebody is wet, is soaking wet. That's why we use modal verbs of deduction. Must have been. Please pay attention to the pronunciation of must have been. Have a look. It must have been Tom. It must have been Tom. Where is my wallet? Someone must have stolen it. Must have stolen it. You're soaked wet. It must have been raining outside. It must have been raining outside. Yeah, it must have been Tom. Must have been Tom. Yeah, we don't pronounce have. It must have been Tom. So let's repeat together. It must have been Tom. It must have been Tom. Yeah, it must have been raining outside. It must have been raining outside. Yeah, we don't pronounce have. And there is a very big trick. If you don't pronounce it, you won't hear it. So please, while during this webinar, try to pronounce it to you or to your mirror. Okay, good. Might, may, could. Yeah, we think something was possible, but we aren't totally sure that it was possible. For example, the thieves might have escaped by car, but we can't be sure. He should be our by now. He may have been delayed by a traffic jam or something. I can't find my purse. I could have left it in the supermarket, but I just don't know. Yeah, might have happened something. So here is the little bit of a difference in the meaning. If you say may have is the strongest one out of these three. It's 50% possibility. I suppose the internet may have changed the way we read forever. I suppose the internet may have changed the way we read forever. 50% sure. Might is less certain. It's about 30% of something. Like, it's possible that e-readers might have changed our reading habits permanently. It's possible that e-readers might have changed our reading habits permanently. It's 30% certainty, yeah. And could is the same as might. That they used this t and the, yeah. Could and might are the same. Less certain. The traditional newspaper could have become a thing of the past. The traditional newspaper could have become a thing of the past. So also pay attention to the pronunciation. Also pay attention to the pronunciation of these words, of kind of these collocations, yeah? It might have been Jane, might have been Jane. The same with must have been. We don't pronounce have. It might have been Jane. It may have been Jane. Or it could have been Jane. Could have been Jane. Yeah, could have been Jane. So let's try to repeat it after me. It might have been Jane. It could have been Jane. It may have been Jane. Yeah, I saw her shirt or something. Okay, let's repeat some of the examples. The thieves might have escaped by car, but we can't be sure. He should be our by now. He may have been delayed by a traffic jam or something, which is most probable in our realities, that some person can be delayed because of the traffic jam. He may have been delayed by a traffic jam or something. I can't find my purse. I could have left it in the supermarket, but I just don't know. Yeah, I could have left it in the supermarket, but I don't know. I could have left it in the taxi, but I don't know. Okay, and the opposite to must will be can't, or couldn't have done something. We strongly feel that we are sure that something didn't happen in the past. I thought I saw John in town this morning, but it can't have been him. He's in Greece this week. I thought I saw John in town this morning, but it can't have been him. He's in Greece this week. It can't have been. So pay attention. If you use, I told you about the bright peculiarity of models of deduction. If you use can't have been, it's model of deduction. Only the model of deduction. You can't change like couldn't, and it will be a model of deduction. No. Models of deduction are can't have been and couldn't have been. They are both used with past participle, with perfect infinitive, with perfect infinitive. Yeah, it can't have been and it couldn't have been. If you use couldn't, it means that you weren't able to do it in the past, but it's not a deduction. So please pay attention that we use can't, couldn't have been about speaking about modal verbs of deduction. Another example. I can't have left it in the supermarket. I had it on the bus on the way home. So I'm sure, yeah, I can't have left my purse in the supermarket. I had it on the bus on the way home. You can't have read the instructions properly. They're perfectly clear. You can't have read the instructions properly. So you are sure that the person didn't read the instructions properly because they are crystal clear. Okay, let's have a look. Good. Okay, so we have, when we speak about the structure in the present, the structure is very simple. So in the affirmative, we use subject plus modal verb plus verb from the first column. Yeah, basic form, bare infinitive. In the negative one, we use modal plus we use subject plus modal plus not and plus bare infinitive. If we want to ask a question, we use a modal. Modal comes on the first place. After that, we use a subject and a bare infinitive. Everything is crystal clear. If we want to talk about the past, the structure is the following. In the positive, we use subject plus modal plus perfect infinitive, have plus, which is have plus verb ed or the verb from the third column. In the negative one, we use subject plus modal plus not plus have done something. Have plus verb ed or have plus verb from the third column. And in the question, we use modal plus our subject and plus have. So pay attention. We use modal first, must, plus subject, and plus perfect infinitive after our subject. Yeah, it's the same. Have you done something? It's like the same with the perfect one. Modal plus subject plus perfect infinitive, have verb from the third column or verb with ed. Okay, good. Let's have a look at another one. Let's practice a little bit. So please type in the chat box a modal verb to fill in the gaps. You should put the modal verb in the correct form to make the sentence correct. Yeah. Can you please type in the chat box correct answers so you can for example, she's won prizes for her research. She be very intelligent or really intelligent. She is won prizes for her research. She be really intelligent. So please type in the chat box. I take an umbrella if I were you. It looks like it rain. I take an umbrella if I were you. It looks like it's rain. It's going to rain, yeah? Or we have to use some modal verb. Him. He's on holiday until next week. It be him. He's on holiday until next week. Hey, guess what? I be getting a car for my birthday. It's not completely definite yet, though. Hey, guys. Hey, guess what? I be getting a car for my birthday. It's not completely definite yet, though. Yeah, it's not completely definite yet, though. I can't believe you've been waiting all this time. You be really bored. I can't believe you've been waiting all this time. You really bored. I hate waiting for people. I don't know what to do. I don't want to scroll through my social media. I don't like sitting on the couches somewhere waiting like Hachiko. I'm not like the kind of person, so I usually get bored. His car is not here. He have gone out. His car is not here. He have gone out. Look how much sugar and salt it's got in it. It be good for you. Be good for you. Look how much sugar and salt it's got in it. It might be good for you. It's not very good for you, yeah? Have you looked next to your computer? I think you've left your keys there. Have you looked next to your computer? I think you've left your keys there. It's okay. I have correct answers. First one must. Second might. She. Okay, yeah, very good. Nikita, correct. Second, it looks like it's okay, might, correct. Can't, with the second one, I don't agree. Let's check together. She must be really intelligent. Must be, yeah, must be really intelligent. It might rain. Yeah, correct, Nikita. Well done. Thanks for being active today. Okay, 5 must. Let's have a look. I can't believe you've been waiting all day. You must be really bored. Yeah, very good. Thanks a lot. We have, it can't be him. He's on holiday. Guess what I might be getting? You must be really bored. Yeah, Nikita, well done. His car is not there. He must have gone out. Look how much it can't be good for you. Yes, 7, it can't be good for you. Oh, sorry. And the last one, I think you might have left your keys there. You might have left your keys there. Okay, well done. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions, can you please ask me in the chat box, because the topic is kind of a bit difficult, a bit complicated. That's a question time. Question and answer time. Always remember that models of deduction have a peculiarity, must and can't. And if you talk about a past of can't, it's not just couldn't, it's can't have been and couldn't have been. It's the rule of models of deduction. Probably you can't change it. Okay, let's proceed. So the next topic was about animals. Yeah? So can you please look at these pictures and type who is depicted on these pictures, or what is depicted on these pictures. This one is who? Okay, Nikita, well done. Thanks a lot. I understand everything. Okay, but that's a very difficult topic. Well done. So please, what's on the picture? So this is a wasp. A wasp is a wasp is not a bee, and a wasp is really poisonous. So be careful with the wasp. Yeah, if it bites you or stings you, it doesn't bite you, it stings you. So the problems of allergy can happen, or you can become allergic to that. This one is poisonous. I have mentioned, yeah, that wasp is poisonous. And the mushrooms are poisonous. Some snakes are poisonous, yeah. Some mushrooms, I have told, snakes, maybe some kind of drinks are also poisonous. So be careful. Pay attention to the pronunciation, poisonous, yeah. This is a cockroach. Cockroach is somebody who lives in most of the dormitories. It's very unpleasant to look at it, because I was living in the dormitory and I had a lot of cockroaches there. What I wanted to say, you probably have seen about wasp. Okay, a second, I have mushrooms. Yeah, poisonous mushrooms. What I want to, the cartoon Ogi and Kukarachi, it's not Kukarachi. It's not the name, it's cockroaches. Ogi and cockroaches, it's called in English. And the Ukrainians translated it like that, which is really weird. And this one is slippery, so you can fall down. Be careful, beware of slippery road. You can drive a car and you can see the sign, beware of a slippery road. So be careful with these roads. So let's complete the crossword. Let's try to complete the crossword. So please, can you type in the chat box who is in the first one? The first one here. That's something strange, seems to me. All of them are insects. So let's complete. What's your ideas about them? Okay. You can write about, you can write in the chat like 10 mushroom, or 11 somebody, 12 mosquito, yeah, or something. And we are going to know about that. What about this one? 5. The only a fight. A 5. 5, 1. Fifth picture. It's an ant. Yeah, it's an ant. What about this one? It's a cricket. Yeah, it's a cricket. Sverchok, cricket. This one, usually you have them in your stomach. 6, spider. Yeah, very good. Spider. Nice. This one is a butterfly. Butterfly. This one, you have, this is a very interesting name of this insect. I have 5 ant. Very good, Nikita. Yeah. This one, a ladybird. A ladybird. It's not a bird, I know, but it's called a ladybird. Ladybird. What about this 12? Can you write in the chat what about 12? What about 12? It's a mosquito. Yeah, a mosquito. 3, butterfly. Yeah, very good, butterfly. 12 is mosquito. Yeah. What about 11? 11. What about 11? 11 is a caterpillar. Caterpillar. Do you know the machines that help to build roads, for example? They are called caterpillar. This one comes from the name of this animal or insect, caterpillar, with a lot of legs. What about this? We have learned with you. 8. 8 is a come on. Nikita, that's a mosquito. Mosquito. Yay, Nikita, well done, caterpillar. But Kamad is a mosquito. Yeah, mosquito. This one, a wasp. Yeah, a wasp. This one, 17. It's my least. I hate them. Flying. I just hate them. Caterpillar. That's a fly. Very strangely, but it's called a fly. Yeah, a fly. It's a fly. This one, busy as okay, Nikita, well done. Wasp, busy as a bee. Yeah, busy as a bee. Very good. Busy as a bee. Well done. Okay, all of them are strange one. Do you have any questions about this vocabulary? If you don't have any questions, so please let's proceed. So, and a time for idioms. Today we are going to have a look at idioms connected with animals. There are millions of them, and today I would like to focus a little bee. Yeah, but bees right written like that. A bee. No. Okay, let's proceed. So animal idioms. Yeah. It really bugs me when I get homework to do over the weekend. Bugs me. I really hate it. When you say something bugs you, you mean that something annoys you a lot. I hate it. It really bugs me how I will go to Egypt this summer because I don't have enough money. Wouldn't hurt a fly. If you say that someone wouldn't hurt a fly, you are describing the person as very peaceful and non-violent. It's a person who is so gentle that they wouldn't hurt anyone, wouldn't hurt a fly. Mad as a hornet. Who is mad as a hornet about somebody who is very angry? Hornets are dangerous when they are angry because they can sting, and they have the poison in this stuff in this tail or something that you can have a very severe allergic reaction. Let's have a look at some other other ones. Ants in one pants. A person who has ants in one pants can't sit still or remain calm out of the nervousness or excitement. For example, Lisa had ants in her pants the day before her interview, so she was very nervous, yeah, and she has Sheila, yeah, ants in her pants. Okay. Cat nap. A cat nap. A short sleep. I'm going to have a cat nap while you are cooking dinner. Yeah, to have a short sleep in the middle of the day. To have a cat nap. Cats got one's tongue. Said about someone who doesn't speak, usually due to being shy, not to being reserved. It looks like the cat's got your tongue. Lucy, are you always this quiet? It looks like the cat's got your tongue. Yeah, the cat stole your tongue and you don't speak with somebody. Okay, so the cat got your tongue. So it means when somebody doesn't want to speak. To chicken out. To chicken out, to decide not to do something out of a fear. Yeah, to run away, to give up because you are scared to do it, usually just before doing something. Author, for example, I was going to take a ride on Jeff's motorcycle, but I chickened out when he gave me a helmet to wear. I was about to jump with the parachute. I was just about to go parachuting, but I chickened out in the last second. I chickened out the last second. Yeah. So to strusить, yeah, to be scared. Clam up, to become quiet suddenly. Author clammed up when I asked him about his family. Or I clammed up when he asked about what problems I have, because I didn't want to talk about my problems, so I clammed up. Just was very still about them. Okay. After that, to copy a copycat. A copycat is a person who does the same thing as someone else. Yeah, as he imitates your a copycat. Yeah, he imitates everything that you do. For example, my sister is such a copycat. First, she bought the same car as me, and now she's applying to my school. She's such a copycat. A lot of with cats. Dog days, very hot days. I sleep in the basement during the dog days of August. Yeah, scorching hot. It's called dog days. Scorching hot weather. Dropping like flies, dying or giving up very quickly. Yeah, dropping like flies. My roses are dropping like flies in this early frost. Or COVID had a severe impact on people. People are dropping like flies, or people were dropping like flies at the beginning of the pandemic. Eager beaver, a person who is excited about doing certain work. Eager beaver. Ever since he got his new drill set, my husband has been an eager beaver around the house. To be excited. Ever since I got my new sneakers, I've been an eager beaver to go to the gym. Yeah, I went to the gym every day. Fishy, odd or suspicious. Yeah, fishy. I knew something fishy was going on when I saw all my friends' cars in all my mom's driveway. A little bit suspicious. I got fishy about something. To have a cow get extremely upset. Often always something irrelevant, something not important. Yeah, for example, my teacher had a cow when she realized nobody had done the homework. My teacher had a cow when she realized that nobody was listening to her during the lecture. Had a cow to get extremely success. Okay. Kill two birds with one stone. It seems to me you have heard about rabbits in Ukrainian and Russian, but in English it's to kill two birds with one stone. Yeah, to get two things done at once. If you pick the groceries up when you drop George off for his shift, you will kill two birds with one stone. So you will give a lift to the George, and you will buy some food. Okay, to make a beeline, to go straight for something. My grandma made a beeline for the smoking room as soon as she got off the airplane. Make a beeline. As soon as I left work, I made a beeline home. Or as soon as I left my work, I made a beeline to the shop to buy some beer or something. Yeah. Okay, and a rat race, a very popular one. Fierce, competitive struggle for power or position. A rat race. I'm ready to leave this rat race and retire in Mexico. Usually, a rat race. Usually, a rat race is called used about today's society when when um, you always when you are always busy, when you always want to earn money, when you always are in a hurry. That's why you are in a you are stuck in a rat race. Always competition with somebody for position. So people say that you have to give up this rat race. So people want to give up the rat race because it's unbearable. Yeah, it's very difficult to be with this rat race. Okay, cool. Let's do. And the last one about the rat. To smell a rat. To smell a rat means to smell something suspicious, to raise to suspect somebody trickery, some kind of deception. I asked my brothers not to tell my parents that I went out, but I could smell a rat as soon as I opened the door. Yeah, I smelled the rat. That probably they told my parents that I went out. So I smelled the rat. And the last one, to pig out. To pig out, to eat a lot of something. I picked out on pancakes, so I don't have room for lunch. I picked out on I picked out on on my birthday cake, so I don't have room for some chicken, or I don't have room for some main course. Yeah, for the main course I picked out on it. Okay, cool. Let's have a look at the situations and remember our modal verbs of deduction. Can you type in the chat box what can you say in the situations that are on the picture? So I have failed my exam. I should have prepared better. Yeah, or I shouldn't have worked, or I shouldn't have worked so much last night. Yeah, I shouldn't have worked. I have gained 10 kilos. I have gained 10 kilos. If all I shouldn't have picked out on the main courses. I shouldn't have picked out on main courses. Yeah, or I should have eat more veggies. I should have eat more veggies. Or I should have done more exercise. I should have done more exercise. I forgot about my friend's birthday. I should have written down my friend's birthday, yeah, or here somewhere. I should have written down my friend's birthday. Okay. I have lost my phone in the bus or on the bus. I should have um, I should have put my phone in the bag, in the handbag. Mosquitoes have bitten me or have stung me. I should have used the spray. I should have taken some cream with me. I have food poisoning. I shouldn't have eaten so much um, street food last night. I shouldn't have eaten so much street food last night. I have overslept this morning. I shouldn't have stopped my alarm. I shouldn't have stopped my alarm. I must have sorry him. Okay. Okay. I have overslept this morning. I shouldn't have stopped my alarm. I have spent a lot on shopping and don't have money. I shouldn't have spent so much money on shopping. I'm all wet. I should have taken umbrella with me. I should have taken umbrella with me, or I should have put on my raincoat. I have bumped my car. I should have been more attentive on the road. I should have been more attentive on the road. I should have looked in all of the glasses in my car. I got sunburned. I should have applied the sun cream. I should have taken and I should have paid for the umbrella, sun umbrella. Yeah, you know this one, sun umbrella. I should have listened to my mother and applied sun cream. I have missed my flight. I should have listened to all of the advertisements or announcement in the airport. I should have looked at my ticket um, before the airport, or I should have. I have missed my flight. I should have been more attentive at the airport, or something like that. So please, I'm waiting for your should have been. Yeah, I should have been more attentive. I should have done something. What else can be? Mosquitoes? No, I have gained 10 kilos. I should have hired a coach to have some trainings with me. I forgot about my friend's birthday. I should have called him yesterday, and probably he might have told me about his birthday. yeah, about this one. Okay, cool. So let's get back to our quiz and to the answer to this quiz. So please, I'm waiting for the answer. George's father has 5 sons. You can see the names of 4 of them. What is the name of the 5th son? So can you please type in the chat box the answer to this question? Oh, yeah, Nikita, very good. I should have tried to find it. Okay, phone, yeah, it seems to me. Well done. That's good. Great. Nikita is very active today. Oh, Nikita has the correct answer. George. Yeah, George. Exactly. Nikita, you are receiving the prize. Let me write your name here. Thanks for being active today during the webinar. That's so cool. Okay, let's revise a little bit. So we use present models like must. Can you please, Nikki, or everybody who is present, write the opposite to must? Yeah, the opposite to must. Can you write in the chat box the opposite to must? Mm-hmm. Google. George, it's George. So please, what is negative? Can't. Very good. Thanks a lot. Very good. Can't. So the opposite to must is can't. And if we are not sure, we use may, might, could. If you remember, might and could are 30% possibility, and may is about 50%. So may is stronger than might and could. What do we add to must? What do we add to must when we want to talk about past deduction? Something that might in the past. What do we have to add to must or to can't or to might or may to make them past? Can you write in the chat box for me to check? What do we add to must, can, and can't? If you want to talk about past. Must, can't, and may, might. What do we have to add to must, have, to must, might, and can't? Can you write, please, in the chat so I can see? Have done something, yeah. And the third column of our verbs, yes. So we use might, must, or can't have done something, might have been doing something when we are not very sure in our answer. Well done. Thanks a lot. Thanks for participating in the webinar. Thanks for being so active. Have a nice weekend and have a nice week. See you on Friday. Nikita, somebody will contact you for your prize. Thanks a lot and